93.1 Kiss FM. Hey, it's Monica on the phone with me, none other than John Leguizamo. He is going to be in town for his one-man show, Latin History for Morons. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Latin History for Morons, because the people who don't know our history are morons.
I consider myself a moron.
I know. I was too, baby. And I had to unmoronize myself and get our facts. And that's what I'm doing. I'm coming in there to teach people that being Latin is like a superpower.
So tell me, you're a writer, you're a performer, you're a comedian, you're an actor. How did this get started?
Well, I was looking at my son's history textbook, and I saw that, wait a minute, we're not mentioned. There's no names. There's no chapters on us. And so I got outraged. So I went online and started doing research and ordering books. And then I started finding out all these incredible, crazy gold nuggets of history about us. First of all, we're the second oldest ethnic group in America after Native Americans. Mm-hmm. We're the only ethnic group that's fought in every war America's ever had. And I'm talking about American Revolutionary War. 10,000 unknown Latino patriots fought. And, they fought with George Washington. And, we didn't even like the cold.
Really?
We were everywhere. And we funded the war. Cuban women in Virginia sold their jewelry, their hoop earrings and door knockers, and their gold teeth to feed the patriots.
That's very true. So you're tapping into 3,000 years of Latin history in your one-man show.
The empires, Incans, Mayans, and then going to American Revolutionary War, Civil War, World War I, World War II, and just tap into all our contributions.
What kind of feedback did you get back from your family after they saw the show?
Positive. I was freaking out at first. I was like mumbling and stumbling through the whole show when my son and my daughter and my wife watched. And especially I was afraid of misrepresenting my wife. If I don't do it right, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Sure.
So I was just whispering her voice so she could judge me. I was like, he couldn't hear me. But no, they loved it. My son especially knew that he's my hero because he survived bullying over there in 7th and 8th grade.
That's tough. That's very tough. But I'm sure after he saw the show, he was like, what's up? These are our people,
We got so much to offer. I mean, they destroyed our empires, burned down our codices, basically our libraries, and yet we're still adding $2.3 trillion to the U.S. economy. If we were our own country, we'd be the 8th largest economy in the world. Being Latin is a superpower, baby.
You did a lot of research for your show. What were you reading, or what did you talk to any educators or professors, or what did you do?
I talked to everybody, read every book, went on every site that I could go to. I read 1491 by Charles Mann, 1493 by Charles Mann, Open Veins of Latin America by Eduardo Galeano, Howard Zinn's A People's History of the United States, the Pew Hispanic Research online. I talked to Columbia professors, and I just everything led me to more information, and then finding out that we're the most awarded Latin fighters in every war.
Really?
Yeah, in World War I, we had these 19-year-old kids. One, Marcel Cerna, who, while being injured and shot at, captured 24 Germans, saved his platoon, and got a Purple Heart. I mean, we've done big stuff that's not in the news, not in your history textbooks, and you're going, how is that stuff omitted? How is it not on a History Channel and in every Hollywood movie? Mm-hmm. How are we kept out when we're the second largest ethnic group after white people? We're a majority minority. We can't be denied anymore.
That's very true. You do such a good job introducing our cultural heritage of our ancestors. And so what are some of the key figures that you portray in your one-man show?
Well, I portray Galvez, who was a general in Louisiana during the American Revolution, had an army of misfits, basically like the Mets of armies. 3,000 Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Mexicans, Native Americans, and freed slaves, and they kicked the British all out of the South. I portray Loretta Velasquez, who was a Cuban woman who fought in the Civil War, who fought as a man.
Wow.
She was the first cross-gender military veteran.
That is a nugget of information.
Oh, yeah. They're all golden.
I feel like when I go see your show on Thursday, I'm going to have to take a notebook so I can take notes.
People do. People have taken notes. They told me the notes. He goes, I wrote everything down, every book you mentioned. I go, good. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it starts with education and knowing our history. The old adage is, if we don't know our history, we're prone to repeat it,
Right. That's by George Santayana in the 1930s.
There you go. And here we are again in this political climate as you've done your research back. And what do you feel, or how do you see everything that's unfolding now today in America?
Well, with all the horrors of this administration, at the same time, great things are happening because because he's galvanized. I mean, I really feel like we can flip Texas for the first time. I have a lot of friends who came up with this incredible app, Maria Tessa Kumar, who's on MSNBC, called Voter Pal.
Okay.
And you can register people with this app. And because we're 40% of the population of Texas, so we should be able to flip it. I mean, 12% black. I mean, white people are the majority. Republicans are really the minority. But they gerrymander us out of power and make it impossible. But we're going to flip it.
I think it's really great that you've done this. I don't think a lot of people usually take the risk, especially when it's something that isn't out there. There is no other show that actually connects you to your heritage, especially with the Latin history that we have in South America. You know, it's so full and rich. You're really spearheading this movement.
Absolutely. I'm trying to change history textbooks. I'm trying to change curriculums in schools. And I just want Latin people to know that they can't be un-Americanized by anybody. We're more American than anyone else. And no one can take that from us.
Well, and that's the whole purpose, right, of America. It was a melting pot in the beginning, and it should be.
And it should be.
And it continues.
Immigrants have fueled this country to success, and they continue to do it. And besides, we discovered this country. we built it up. We discovered all the Southwest and West and all the Southeast. I mean, without us, there wouldn't be an America. And then we fought in the wars. And then we had the most awarded, decorated officers in every single war. During Civil War, all these officers got the Medal of Honor directly handed to them by Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
Felipe Bazar, a Navy officer from Chile, Puerto Rican Lieutenant Augusto Rodriguez. We had the first Admiral, David Farragut. I mean, our contributions are undeniable.
This is going to be a very, very good show. I recommend it to anybody. If you haven't gotten your tickets, available. It's coming up, Plaza Theatre, Thursday night. Get your tickets. One-man show, Latin history for morons. John Leguizamo, of course, he's going to be on stage. Hey, so I feel like you can do you can teach a class now, like Matthew McConaughey in Austin. You know how he's teaching now at UT.
Oh, yeah.
So that you can go be a teacher too.
I could. I mean, yeah, I might as well. I mean, I want to make sure everybody's educated. So, yeah, I'll go around. I'll go house to house if I have to.
I love it. Hey, also, your show won a very special Tony. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so, after all these years, this is my 6th one-man show on Broadway. I was nominated for Best Play, and I won a Lifetime Achievement Award for my contributions to playwriting in America.
That is incredible. You have so many accolades, John. You're awesome. You're incredible. You're incredible, man. For real. You're Puerto Rican, right? You're like Puerto Rican and
Colombian. Yeah,
Colombian.
Puerto Rican, Colombian, yeah.
So there's not a lot of people that are represented, whether it comes to Puerto Rico or Colombians, or from Mexico, that kind of thing. And you're right there at the top of your game. You're the one that's putting this together. It's not like you just walked in and somebody else curated this for you. You're the one that's putting this together.
Yeah. No, I wrote it, produced it, and I'm starring in it. And El Paso is the end of my tour. 84 performances, 26 cities.
Oh my gosh!
And I just wanted to bring a little peace and salve, a little healing to El Paso, because I've been to El Paso before. I love the town. I love the people, and I wanted to end with the beautiful people around me.
Well, we much appreciate that. As you know, we did have our tragedy earlier this summer in El Paso. Of course, you heard about that.
Of course. I mean, I was all the way in New York, but it scarred me just as if I'd been in El Paso.
It's one of those things where you see it all around in America, other schools or other places, but it's different, right? When it happens in your hometown, just that somber moment, and there's that cloud. But we're Latinos and we're resilient, and we
God, we're the most resilient people.
Yes,
I'm telling you, being Latin is a superpower. I mean, look, they destroyed our empires. They omit us from all the history textbooks and all our contributions, and yet our Latin women are number one in small business creations in America at 87%. We're unstoppable.
We are badass.
We are so badass.
Hashtag badassery. I love it.
That's right.
John, thank you so much for your time. One-man show, Latin history for morons, coming up. Plaza Theatre, Thursday, December 12th. Get your tickets. More info at kisselpaso.com. John, we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Much love, baby. Bye-bye.